Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk about a topic I feel like we all struggle with, and that is to decenter people. We meet someone, we become attached, or we think so highly of them, and their opinion and validation means so much to us that we end up losing ourselves in it. And this all comes from lack of self-worth. When you are not secure in yourself and you're not content with yourself, you will seek this sense of feeling, this sense of validation, this sense of love from external things and external people, because you think that you need all these things and all these people into your life to fulfill you. But you have to realize that people come and go, and okay, what if you actually get this person? You're probably gonna get bored, time's gonna go by, you're gonna realize, oh, this person isn't who I thought they were, and you're just gonna suffer again. It's gonna be a never-ending loop where you're gonna, try to find someone new, same pattern with them, and new. I'm not saying that you can never be happy in relationships with others, but you will be miserable once you keep depending on external love and validation, because it all stems from the ego, okay? This need of reassurance, this need of validation, and needing someone to love you or whatever is all from the ego. So you need to tackle the ego. You need to realize that this is not happiness. This is just your ego talking, like saying, oh, I need this, because you have formed this weird perception in your brain. When reality does not meet those expectations, it really does shatter your ego. At first, I'd be prone to victimizing myself. I'd be like, why is this happening to me? I'm so great, I'm so that. I was thinking to myself, I'm not really that great. In the sense that, my intentions of trying to get external validation from others is not coming from a secure, loving place. It's more coming from a needy, desperate place. Which, if the more desperate you are for something, the more you desire something, the more you want something, the more it will push further away from you. I don't know, this is the law of the universe. This is what the law of detachment is. The more content and happy you are with yourself, everything that you desire will come towards you. For instance, in Buddhism, like in Buddhist practice, we talk about how attachment is the root of suffering. And Buddha figured this out. When you want nothing is when you get everything. He knew that he didn't need these things to be content and happy. And the same thinking applies to you, because Buddha was a person, and you're a person. You know what I mean? And I know it's human nature for us to desire things, but we need to actually realize that this is all coming from the ego, and we don't really need these things. And the type of people that you are drawn to is actually telling you more about yourself, okay? Think about it. If there are certain characteristics that you really admire in others, I think those are characteristics that you are wanting to get out in yourself, okay? These are the characteristics that you want to adopt, or you deep down inside, like hiddenly, might have those characteristics within you. Because of trauma and wounds, you have suppressed that. There was one point in your life that you were like that, and now you admire it in others, and you put these people on a pedestal when it's qualities that you have. This is why I never take compliments or insults personally. You need to stop taking compliments personally and insults personally, because obviously, yeah, compliments are a good thing, but you need to realize that people don't really put much thought when they give people compliments, If you care too much about what people say, whether it's good or bad things, because okay, people tell you to, not care about negative, hate people send you, because I obviously agree, you shouldn't. But don't take compliments personally either, okay? Because most of the time when others are complimenting you, it's usually characteristics that they themselves like about themselves, or they wanna, you know what I mean? These are characteristics that they have, and everyone's just projecting. If you think about it, you're projecting, other people are projecting. So I never take compliments personally, because that is how you can truly detach. And I don't think detachment is about being indifferent and not caring. That's just because even by acting nonchalant, if you're not actually a nonchalant individual and you think you have to act like you don't care to get something, you're still sort of changing yourself for it. You're still acting a certain way, which is not your authentic energy. Remember that. When it's not your authentic, if you're not acting from your authentic self, you will not attract what's actually meant for you. Because think about it. You act like someone you're not. You meet certain people, but then they find out who you're like, and they leave. And that's honestly nothing personal. It really isn't. It's just misclash. Sometimes you have to be rejected by so many people to truly find those that are meant for you. If I were not like rejected from a lot of people, I wouldn't have created these friendships that I have now. I think about it, like, you know what, like certain things in the moment might really hurt, but then I look back at it, I'm like, I'm glad this happened, because then I was able to, you know, discover this opportunity. I was able to meet these people. I was able to go there. I was able to do this, do that. It sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. You really have to see these rejections as a blessing in disguise. Rumi once said, what you seek is seeking you. And I don't think he was talking about, oh, fine, the partner you seek is also seeking you. But I think he was talking about the characteristics that you want in others is characteristics you should adapt. So think about it. You want peace, become peaceful. You want love, you know, embody the love that you want, you know, give out the love you embody. Oh, you want someone to choose you? Choose yourself. You basically adopt these qualities yourself, that like when someone else has these qualities, it doesn't faze you. The only thing that should faze you about other people is the way that they are treating you. Remember that. Because, okay, yeah, they can be this, they can be that, they can, you know, they can have traits that you find amazing, but if they're not treating you right, then what's the point? What's the point? If they're not treating you right, then what's the point of them having these qualities? They're not for you. When you need nothing is when you get everything is so real. Have you not noticed a lot of people that you met in your life has usually been like in the most unexpected ways. Like you would have never expected it. Like, oh, I was just at this place that time, and during the same time this person was there as well. It's just really crazy to me, because these are like, this is like what I'm saying. There's something about divine timing, and it's gonna happen when you don't even think about it. This is what I've noticed. For instance, if I'm trying to predict an outcome of something, if my mind's fixated and predicting an outcome of something, somehow the opposite of that outcome happens. This has happened to me many times. I don't know, I'm always like, and mentally I always have like this thing going on, like, if I really want something to happen, I shouldn't be thinking about it that way. But then like things always unexpectedly happen, because life is not guaranteed. You need to remember that as well. Life is not guaranteed. Your time on earth, like, remember, we're here for a temporary time, and we're gonna die one day. I know obviously we're gonna die one day. The people that you're worrying about are also gonna die one day. So does it really matter? Because they're all gonna be dead anyways, and the future generations are also gonna be dead one day. So you need to really live your life in an authentic way that you enjoy. Learn to let go of people that are not serving you any good. And I'm not saying, oh, cut people off, your options. And, I'm telling you, if you are becoming less, if you're noticing, oh, this person is making me shrink myself, then is it really worth it? Because no, you have this soul, and you shouldn't change your ways just because it doesn't align with someone. There's nothing wrong with you. Okay, let me just give you an example. I was thinking about this. Is so random, but I was thinking about like freaking musk fragrances. I'm not the biggest fan of musk fragrances. I don't know. I just don't really like them, but a lot of people love them. A lot of people say, oh, this is a nice smell, So I was thinking to myself, that's just how it is when you meet people as well. Like, certain people you might not like, but certain people you love, and then certain people might like that person that you don't like, and you know what I mean? Like, it's like we're not meant to please everyone. Literally, you can be the best person ever, and people will still have an issue with you. People will still point things out about you that they don't like. So just be yourself. Just be, who you want to be. Life is too short to perform. Genuinely. This is why you should never ever base your own self-worth on who chooses to stay in your life and who chooses to leave, okay? You should base it off of how you live your own life and what you make out of it. Because genuinely, your life, your time on earth is not guaranteed. Like God forbid you could wake up the next day and literally not wake up the next day. Like, you know what I mean? You could go to sleep now and I'll wake up in the morning. You don't know that. You don't know when you're gonna die. You literally don't know when you're gonna die. So your funeral is more guaranteed than your wedding. As crazy as that sounds. So just learn to live your life, okay? If the time is right and if it happens, it happens. That mindset of if it happens, it happens is so important to have. Your mind, your brain is only capable of thinking of things that you have experienced or have heard of, okay? Like media you watched or stories people have told you, that just the capacity of your brain. There's so much out there in the world that you haven't figured out yet, and that is why you should never ever try to overthink the outcome of things, because sometimes the most unexpected event can happen and that your brain never thought of, and that's what happens most of the time. You're like, oh my god, like this like, at least for me, that's what happened. So I am very prone to overthinking. I used to be a type of person that needed constant reassurance. I was an anxious attachment. If someone took too long to respond, I would be crashing out over it. And I remember the time I was so like anxiously attached, and I noticed that when I was an anxiously attached individual, I was just attracting avoidance. And I was thinking to myself, like, why? Like, I'm literally like, you know, doing chasing. I'm the one that, like, I'm very open, I'm very eager. So why isn't the other person matching my energy? And I realized the reason why was because I was abandoning myself. I was letting myself go. My thoughts were so preoccupied about them that I forgot about myself. I forgot about my my plans. I forgot about my goals. I was willing to cancel plans. I was willing to move myself around. I was willing to change myself, minimize myself, just so this individual, just as this person could like me back. And I was thinking, that's really stupid. So what? They don't like me, that's fine. Because as long as I like myself, that's good enough. I don't need everyone's approval. I don't need everyone to like me. Not everyone likes cake, for instance. Cake is loved and adored by a lot of people. But some people are like, oh, cake is repulsive. Cake is so gross. It's so sickly. So you can't really determine your worth based off what a few people think of you. Like, genuinely, you can't, because it's very subjective. And, you know, you will find someone that's going to be like, I love everything about you. And you know what? You don't even need someone for that, as long as you like yourself and love yourself. Okay? I know it's hard, and I know it feels lonely and stuff in the moments, but trust me, you're gonna be looking back at it and you're like, I love the way I am. I love the way that I act. I love the way that, like, I'm like this. Like, I'm like, like, for instance, I really like that I'm a talkative person. Like, some people would have found that, like, a negative trait. Like, as growing up, I was told by, like, my peers and everyone, like, oh, you talk too much. And for so long, I was deeply ashamed about that quality about myself. Like, oh, I do really talk a lot. Like, I really need to comment. I need to really, tone it down a bit, be more mysterious. I'm not a mysterious individual. I'm not a nonchalant, aloof person. Some people might naturally be that way, because obviously we're all different personalities, and that's what they are. And they might also have their own struggles. These people that, like, come across as like aloof, mysterious, nonchalant, they have their struggles as well. A lot of them are like, oh, I wish I was more outspoken. I wish I was more talkative. I wish I was more, I have better presenting skills, and yada yada yada. So we all have our own qualities that we like, and also like things that we like, because unfortunately the human brain wants what they can't have. That is just how it is. Like, for instance, like, some people with straight hair, they wish they had curly hair, or people with curly hair wish they had straight hair. So it really is like that mindset of, like, wanting to have what you can't have. But I think you should already appreciate what you have. For instance, I really like that I'm talkative. I'm able to, construct my words and then project my message, and I'm able to, like, just keep a conversation going. So other people might be like, oh, that's too much, or that's annoying, but then that's fine. They're not my person. They're not my people. They're not the match for me. And I have found amazing friends that match my energy, or like, they like that about me. So that's good enough for me, and you will find those people as well. So never change or shrink yourself, because when you do that, you might think, oh, I'm getting this person to like me more, but then you're just attracting someone that would not like the real you. And do you really want that? Do you really want to be acting like someone you're not, just so you can impress someone? And also, the universe repulses that. The universe repulses this frequency of inauthenticity, and this is very negative, because it's just showing the universe that you're so desperate, you're so eager to get this thing that you can lose yourself, and it pushes it further from you. It's like, nope, you're not getting this thing, and you might think, oh, the universe is like evil. Is not. No, actually, it's working in your favor. If you think of it, it's actually working in your favor, because the end conclusion of this is that the more preoccupied you are with yourself, the more busy you are investing in your energy. All the energy you're using on yourself, you will eventually get those things that you've been wanting and desiring, but like, in that moment when you get those things, you have that mindset of, like, I don't need anything. I need nothing. And that's when things come, because you can't fake it. You can, like, I'm prone to doing this as well. You can be like, oh, I don't care, I don't want it, but deep down inside we do care, because we preoccupy our minds. We act like we don't care, and it's easier said than done to like not care. But it's not like about caring. It's more about being content with yourself. You know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, hello there, like that type of thing. But I'm already content with what I am, like, so since I told you like about how anxiously attached I was, and I was only attracting avoidance, and that was because it was mirroring my behavior towards myself, because I was so preoccupied with the other person. I abandoned my own needs. I abandoned things I liked. I was trying to change myself just to impress other people, and reality was just reflecting that. This other individual, I can go around and be like, oh, such a prick, such that, but it was just mirroring how I was treating myself. And I generally think that's why you attract a certain type of people. So for instance, you might attract someone that's an alcoholic. You might not be an alcoholic yourself, and you're like, why am I attracting alcoholic? Like, this person, this alcoholic. But the thing is, both you and this alcoholic have something in common. Both of you guys have unhealed trauma and wounds, and the alcoholic is using alcohol to cope with that and to escape that, like distract themselves. And you might be distracting yourself for different things, like, I don't know, doom scrolling, or I don't know, going out partying, or constantly preoccupying yourself at work. You can just use these distractions, and in the moment they can make you feel better, but in the long run they will just be like buried down, and they will show outwardly. That's why you need to really work on yourself and heal yourself before you go out and pursue things with others. And once you change that self-concept about yourself, that's when you will start attracting different type of people. You won't attract these people that are also escaping reality, because the people you meet in your life match the frequency that you are on. And that's why certain people leave your life, because you guys' frequency no longer aligns. That's why I don't take it personally, because I'm like, okay, me and this individual's frequency no longer matches, and that's why it didn't work out, or it doesn't work out. Fine, I'll find people that are on my new frequency. And that's what always happens. And also, you know what? I overthink a lot about like friendships and relationships or whatever. When you overthink about that, I like to, like, I don't know, I was scrolling through my camera the other day, and I got reminded about the fact that a lot of these people and situations, like drama, if I was in drama with people, or if I was going through something troubled, in the moment, like, oh, someone's threatening me or whatever, I looked at the screenshots, I'm like, none of this affects me now. Back then, it was affecting me so much. I was losing sleep over it. My cortisol was spiked. I was literally damaging my, I could have developed autoimmune disease by, like, the amount of, like, stress I was enduring during that time because of these people. But now, look back at it, I'm not in contact with these people anymore. Like, in the moment, it did not feel like a waste of time. Like, it felt pretty real. Like, oh, yeah, like, this person is treating me like this. Oh, I'm overthinking about it. Why did they mistreat me? But now I look through my camera roll, I'm like, oh, this person is no longer in my life. Like, this situation or whatever I was going through, it didn't matter. It meant, like, because now it doesn't impact me. I have different worries and different problems. So this is what I'm saying. Like, you need to have that mindset, like, will this matter in a year? Will this matter in 5 years? Because I can guarantee you, like, the people I was talking to 5 years ago, I'll only talk to, like, a couple from then. Yeah, I only talked to a couple of people still from 5 years ago. And there was so many people I was talking to back then. And I just think to myself, like, wow, like, genuinely, like, what was I worrying about again? I don't remember. In the moment, obviously, it hurt me, and in the moment, whatever you're going through also hurts you. But you gotta put it into, like, perspective. Like, okay, this won't matter in this amount of time. Why not focus on things like investing in yourself, spending time on improving yourself, spending time on your studies even. That will matter in 5 years. That will determine your future, obviously. But these friendships, relationships, no. And who knows who you'll be talking to next year, or early 5 years or whatever. Like, in the moment, you really would want to make things work out between you and this other individual. But if it's not mutual, if this person is distancing away from you, it's because you're too attached. You gotta let it go. You gotta stop caring about the outcome. You gotta be indifferent to it. Don't act. Don't be like, I don't want this thing, but, like, if it happens, it happens. It's fine. Like, I'll be fine either way. You gotta have that. I'll be fine either way, because that is the most magnetic energy you can project outwards. You have to have that energy where, have you not noticed that, like, for instance, there's certain marketing tactics, even marketing, like Brandy Melville marketing. You can see the way Brandy Melville's marketing. I'm mentioning Brandy Melville because I think their marketing is really interesting and it really embodies this principle. Like they don't really chase people, they don't really chase customers, they exist, and you know, people go for them. Like, I guess be the Brandy Melville. Think about it. Brandy Melville's marketing is so like indifferent in the sense that like it's like, we make these clothes, you know, take it or leave it. They never, you know, chase customers. They don't push their advertisements. God, I will never see a proper Brandy advertisement. I mean, they do have social media, but their social media accounts look like normal, like, you know, young girls, you know what I mean, like Instagram. It does not look like, you know, forcing 20% off this, but because they're not shrinking themselves just to be liked. And you might be like, why am I going on about Brandy Melville? I know probably Brandy Melville has like its ups and downs, but I'm just saying, be the Brandy Melville, okay? Be the Brandy Melville. You don't need to change yourself. You don't need to push yourself. Don't change yourself for external validation. Don't chase people for external validation. What I'm trying to say is that be the Brandy Melville, okay? The way the Brandy Melville acts as a brand and is as a brand, you know, be like that. Like, don't try to cater to everyone's preferences. If you're a certain way and not everyone's into that, then don't try to change yourself just to be more liked. Because this energy and action of trying to, you know, push yourself out there in a sense where it's like very forced, like, you know, like, oh, spamming people's phones, all that, yada yada yada, it's a desperate energy, and it's a lack of energy. Because think about it, if this individual was being consistent with you, the person that you're attached to, if they were being consistent with you, giving you the same energy, do you feel like you would feel the need to do all this? No, you wouldn't feel the need to, like, you know, spam them, double text them, check their profile. You wouldn't feel the need to like stalk their social media, you know, the person you're trying to reach. You wouldn't feel the need to do that because you would already have them, you know. So act that way. Because even if you like sit in your desk and you're not like actively doing it, but you're still thinking of that, even just thinking about them constantly, it's showing the energy of lack and desperation. Because you wouldn't be doing that. You would be content with yourself if you had the thing. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. That was it. And if you want any more topics for me to talk about, I will obviously dig further into this topic in the future. But this was more of a topic on how to be content with who you already are, and that you don't really need external validation to feel content, and you just really need to invest all this energy into yourself instead of it on chasing other people. Because first of all, if you do, you're gonna build yourself up, you're gonna level up, and you know, you're gonna be more content with what you already have. So yeah, if you want more of this content, make sure to like and subscribe. See you guys next time.